Welcome to Talking About Noise, your primary news source for all things music. I'm one of your hosts, Art Moore.
And I am also a host, Eric Hansen.
That's right, and we're excited to be here today. Not for any really specific reason. It's just awesome to be here, don't you think?
Or we're excited to do the show
Oh, yeah.
for you.
I'm excited
Dear
to do the show for
consumer
you.
of the show.
Thank you very much for coming and watching us on YouTube or listening to us on your favorite podcasting app. You can catch us at talkingaboutnoise.blogspot.com. Actually, now it's talkingaboutnoise.com, so it's nice and easy. You just go to talkingaboutnoise.com. There's instructions there on how to subscribe, or you can just subscribe to us in iTunes. So there's lots of ways to get your news source in.
News source. So, welcome back to the news desk. We have a lot of pressing and important topics.
Yes.
I made the mistake last night of browsing the politics subreddit last night.
Oh no!
And that was a rabbit hole I couldn't get out of for like 2 hours.
Is it one side? Is it liberal? Is it conservative? Is it everything? No. Is it just?
It's everything.
Is it a big mess of everyone fighting?
No, actually, it's quite civil.
Yeah. Oh, it's civil.
It's fairly civil.
Really?
At
that
least
seems so
it
interesting.
Wasn't so bad.
Because nobody seems like they're civil right now. Everyone seems very angry.
Yeah, but it's just, I don't know. You just get trapped. You just link to link, and next thing you know, like...
It's all conspiracy theory from there on in.
Oh, yeah, and then I'm looking up UFOs and how UFOs impacted the election, like, very important.
Well, I mean, aliens, illegal alien immigration, we're not talking about
No.
the border.
I'm talking about legitimate aliens, which... This brings me to my first news topic. Did you see that segue? Did you see how I did that?
Well, I don't know what it's going to be, so
watch this. This is brilliant. Okay, so Tom DeLonge of Blink-182.
Okay.
So he left the band 2 years ago,
right
after their last album, and he's still doing Angels and Airwaves.
Okay.
But his most pressing topic right now is to inform the world of the aliens that have been impacting our lives for our entire history.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, he's hardcore. So he's been working with some other authors, and they have a 3-part series. So the first book came out this year. First one is called Gods, second one is called Man, and then the third one is called War.
There's the 3 books?
3 different books, right?
Okay.
And they're all about how, and the subtitle is Secret. That's like the German secret machines. How aliens have influenced our lives.
Very interesting.
For our entire history.
So here's a question for you: how close was Indiana Jones 4? That's what I want to know.
Sorry, I'm
Don't you
trying to remember
the end of Indiana Jones 4? Aliens. It's like a whole alien conspiracy thing. Oh my goodness. I can see that movie was so bad you only watched it once. This is years ago, folks.
I think that was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, worst movies you've ever seen in your whole life. I mean, you've seen a lot of movies, buddy.
Yeah, that was awful.
It wasn't that bad.
That's right. It did have an alien. I remember now.
It wasn't that great.
No, I specifically blocked it from my memory because it was so bad.
But, I mean, was it really bad?
I threw the popcorn bucket. Oh my gosh. I remember walking out of the movie theater throwing things. I was so mad.
I don't believe you.
That was such a crappy...
No,
why would you even bring that up?
All right, so...
Okay, so it turns out he's been trying to reach out to the government. And he even reached out to Hillary Clinton's campaign, informing her that her correspondence... the correspondence that was revealed in WikiLeaks, he actually has been trying to communicate with them consistently to say, the aliens are informing us that you have problems, blah, 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 blah.
So I want to jump in.
He was trying to tell them.
Okay, I understand.
The aliens are gonna.
But I don't really understand what's happening here. So he was contacting WikiLeaks.
No, he was contacting the Hillary Clinton campaign, saying the aliens are informing me that your data is going to be released.
The aliens are informing me. Okay, so here's the thing.
This is gonna be fun.
You got me all the way up until you're communicating with the aliens yourself. That's where I draw the line. That's where I'm like, no, not happening.
I don't know. Like the last time I communicated
happening
with the aliens, it was actually a very pleasant experience.
Well, hey, listen, who hasn't had a little abduction? Middle of the night.
Who wants some abduction?
Comes in through the window. You're like, sure, let's go do some probing. But the reality is once they start emailing you or texting you or, let's just say Snapchatting you, that's where I draw the line. I don't think they're communicating with you.
No, I think that's a valid way of communicating with aliens these days. Hashtag not my alien.
I was a believer all the way up until that point.
For real?
No,
you
no,
were
I'm-
totally there.
No. I believe in aliens. I think that aliens have come to the Earth. I think it's awesome. Mainly, I believe in it because I think that Independence
Because it would be
Day
awesome.
was- yeah, because
it makes a great story.
Because it's just a great story. Okay,
gosh.
so but Tom DeLonge, I don't I don't know. The evidence is, of course, just dubious at best. Even though we've had, didn't the French government just a few years ago, like maybe 5 or 6, they released all of that footage of UFOs.
I don't keep up on UFOs. I don't know.
Oh, you don't actually keep up? Okay, so
You really do. You keep up on the. Oh my!
I do keep up to a point with the latest in alien
Technology
stuff. Now,
and culture.
I don't know if aliens actually.
Did you know
consider
that the Greys
But
came in the
I think there's a
1950s,
lot
and then
of
the Purples?
unexplained phenomenon? Let's just say that, and that's the thing that really is hilarious to me.
All right.
But
Speaking of unexplained phenomena,
I don't think they're talking to a former member of Blink 182.
Speaking of unexplained phenomena,
I don't
did
think
you know?
I don't think they're up there in council and saying, "All right, guys, we got to talk to somebody."
And they're like, you know what? You know what would be important?
I was going to do the president, but now he's just too insane. But there's this one guy, and he was a member
Yeah.
of the band Blink 182. Oh man, I really like their music.
right?
Yeah, right.
They
They're
start
pretty
playing
good.
all the small things, and the aliens are like, yeah.
I think we should start just Snapchatting
This is it.
this guy, and maybe he can get our message.
What's with you and
across.
Snapchat? Like, you keep going to Snapchat. Is there something here?
Well, I mean,
Like-
they could direct message him on Twitter. I'm not saying they can't.
So, speaking of, I also have another news item.
I'm sure their Twitter handle is something like @Area51 or something like that.
No, see,
be obvious.
that would be, well, I guess if you're hiding under the plain obvious, that would be kind of fun.
All right, hit me with your next news item.
All right, so
I hope it's
the-
alien related because this is awesome.
The No Doubt, the members of No Doubt, minus Gwen Stefani and AFI,
Okay.
have come together to form a new supergroup called Dream Car. So they
All
actually
right.
announced this back, I want to say 2015, but like nothing was released or anything, so it was kind of like, oh.
Okay, let us know when you
Right, it was
got
kind of
something
like,
together.
yeah, okay, wait, I don't believe you. So they actually released their music, and I was so excited for this because I was like, man, No Doubt, AFI, I love AFI, this could be so great.
Yeah.
So check out, they have a new song on YouTube. So the band name is called Dream Car.
Dream Car.
Born to Lie.
Born to Lie.
They just let out a lyric video. Actually, I think they have 2 different lyric videos: "Kill for Candy" and "Born to Lie." And I was like, oh, it's all right. But check
Wait,
it out; it's kind of cool.
It's just all right. It's not great.
Yeah, I was kind of like,
But then again, folks, he didn't like Indiana Jones 4. So, just keep that in.
actually, I think that
and-
will vindicate me as a better critic.
That will
Most people
paint
go-
you in a better critical light.
I will go hashtag Team
That's
Eric.
somebody I can
on that.
talk to at that point.
So check out Dream Car. Dream Car is out.
Oh man, I'm excited for that. I've always liked No Doubt. Gwen Stefani, she's a great singer, but I always feel bad when
Is she?
like-
Is she? Is she art? Is she?
Yeah, she is.
She's kind of good
No,
at like that
she
little
is.
style of music.
That little style of music.
Yeah,
I don't know, but
Which would be
but that
called
felt
the,
very judgmental.
yeah, that's because it is.
Okay. Oh, she is a great performer. She is great.
Oh yeah, no, she's a great performer. I actually I saw her 3 times live, and I remember one time she climbed clear up the lighting rig, and was like, "I'm gonna jump, you mother bleepers, I'm gonna jump," and then but she never did. But it was like kind of fun to watch it. I guess Eddie Vedder did jump from that height, but
Whoa, that's scary.
because Eddie Vedder's cool.
And insane.
No, he's not.
Eddie Vedder is absolutely insane.
He's awesome.
He's done all. He can be awesome and insane at the same time.
Oh, okay.
And in fact, many people will say awesomeness stems from some sort of insanity.
But I would, okay, I would not. Gwen, I would not say has the best voice in the world.
All right. So
Anyway,
she
what-
doesn't
what
have
do
to
I-
have
I
the
don't know
best
anything.
voice in the world to
I
be a
hated
good
Indiana
singer.
Jones 4. What do I know?
Yeah, we have already determined where your level is, and it's right below Indiana Jones 4.
Exactly.
Okay. Anyways, However, I was going to say,
Okay, yeah, continue.
the band is solid. They are solid. They're good. So I'm excited. I'm excited to hear Dream Car. I think this will be good.
Yeah, go check out Dream Car.
So-
It's fun. Anyway,
Sorry about that, folks.
what do you got for me? I know you're dying to give me something important.
I've got a couple of things that are important. One is very important, and one is mildly important.
Oh.
I'm not going to tell you which is which.
No, yeah, okay, do it, and then I'll tell you which is which.
No, because I haven't decided which is which.
Oh my gosh, you're like, let's just throw this out there now.
I just feel like
determine
one of these
which one is really important.
I think to one group of people, one is going to be very important, and the other is mildly important. And to the other group of people, the other is going to be very important.
Wow, way to pander.
All right, so here we
go.
So we talked about Chris Brown last week. He was on tour, or
That's
going
right.
on tour with 50 Cent, and 50 Cent dropped out, and now it's just Chris Brown, no refunds given. Well, he's in some hot water now. So Chris Brown is now part of an investigation by the federal government.
There you go.
He apparently wired $15,000 to a music producer, Harrison Garcia.
Okay.
This is the interesting thing. Like he, and this article here is from digitalmusicnews.com, and it's just interesting. Like, so he actually was in. How do you see? Oh, he texted this after they seized Garcia's phone. He texted.
Wait, why did they seize Garcia's phone? What?
He's under investigation for selling drugs and stuff.
Okay, got it.
And so he's talking to Lil Wayne, right? And he texted, "I'll shoot you some trees. It's for Wayne." And then he sent a screenshot of the deposit, boasting the deposit from Christopher Brown. And he texted, "Look who put money in my account." And then, this is with an unnamed woman, not to Lil Wayne. So, anyways, and so the woman said, "What that for? LOL." And Garcia replied, "Drugs, lean, and SHIT." So lean is an illegal drink. Like I'm trying to remember what's in it exactly, but it's like an alcoholic drink that's like too alcoholic, or it's got some drugs in it too. Anyways, so it looks like he is going to be under investigation for this $15,000 wire transfer for lean and drugs. So we'll see what happens there with that. But federal investigation. This is not the small time. This is big stuff. Federal felony. Yeah. This is okay. So we have found.
He'll get a slap on the wrist and 30 days community service. I mean, this is
what?
This is
Are
the way
you
life
kidding
works.
me?
Have you not been a celebrity before? So when I was a celebrity,
$15,000 worth of drugs.
I got $15,000. That's nothing, man. That's a drop in the bucket. When we get to the millions,
Am I not in America? Do we not have a war on drugs?
I want a war on drugs.
Are we not fighting
Get
drugs?
those hippies out of here.
At every turn here.
Yes, you have been watching Breaking Bad lately, haven't you?
Yeah.
There we
Anyways,
go.
ahead.
I don't know.
You don't care. You think this would be a
So
non-issue?
the last time I sold drugs on the street, like when I got to like the 15 million range, was when the feds got involved. But when I was in the 1,000 range, it was never a big deal. So especially like when Brad Pitt was dealing with me, like everyone was, they just
my
like steered
gosh.
clear. But when it was just normal Joe Blow, like nobody cared.
Okay, Eric.
Feds
All right.
came in and just busted us.
Keep weaving this story. when the feds come knocking on your door because of the contents of this podcast, don't expect me to take it down in a flurry of text.
I wouldn't
Art,
take it down
take down
anyway.
the episode quick. Hurry. We're having trouble. The feds
They're
are
here.
breaking down my door now.
Oh my goodness. Nope. I wouldn't do it anyway.
They're going to use it as a confession.
I would double down.
Okay.
So give me the other piece of news.
So, Jack White, our good friend.
It took you a minute.
I was about to say Jack Johnson. I have a student who's learning a Jack Johnson song, so that's why it was stuck in my head.
Okay.
Jack White released a new single called Battle Cry. He hasn't said if it's going to be part of his third solo album or not, but it's apparently pretty good. I listened to a bit of it, And it's Jack White, right? Like Jack White is, I don't know, he takes very simple kind of riffs and kind of makes them epic, and I like that about them. It's like lots of like hard distortion guitar, but it's like kind of vintagey tones, and it's just like there's kind of like it's modern, but there's a nice throwback to it, and this kind of has that same feeling to it. Anyway,
Okay.
so the interesting thing about this one is how he's recording his music. Right now.
Oh, okay.
So he is, and I'm just going to read this out to you real quick. This is from NME.com. And he said that he's revealed that he's been recording strictly to a reel-to-reel tape machine that he bought when he was 14, mowing lawns.
No. So it's kind of like this old nostalgia.
Yeah, it's like a nostalgia
go back
thing,
to the old
but also like
times.
the simplicity of the recording process. Like it's just him in a room, and he said, I was thinking like if I could break my leg and be in the hospital for 6 weeks, what would it be like? Something about being in a room in a cot in a little space with nothing. You have nothing to do, and that's how he's writing right now.
He's so weird.
I know it's just kind of weird.
He's so weird.
Yeah. And then he quotes a little bit too, and he says, "I want to write like Michael Jackson would write. Instead of writing parts on the instruments or humming melodies, you think of them to do everything in your head and do it in silence and only use one room." So I think there's some ideas, some interesting ideas. And when you're writing music to like kind of put yourself in a different space or to put yourself in a different way to like figure out how to create, I think is an interesting thing. The more often you're in the same pattern, if it works, that's great. But once it stops working, if you keep pushing that same pattern of how you write, then it will eventually give you writer's block. So you've got to kind of change it up. And this is a great example of how to do that, I think. So I think it's interesting. Finish up your album, Jack White. We want to hear it.
Interesting. Art does.
Wait, you
If
don't
it-
like Jack White?
If it's just filmed on reel to reel, like it's going to be garbage. I don't want to hear that.
If it's filmed on reel to
Sorry,
reel.
if it's recorded. My bad.
There's so much fail just in everything you said right there.
No,
so.
it's not.
Yeah,
I just
absolutely.
said film.
No. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with recording to reel.
So I'm going
You
to
get a good
announce
sound that
that
way.
I am recording to an 8-track tape as part of my Get Back to Vintage project.
So are you talking about 1 inch, 2 inch? What are we talking about?
Everyone goes 2-inch. Art?
2 inch is nice.
Why
2
would you
inch
go
is
1
expensive.
inch? Oh my gosh.
2 inch is expensive.
It's always
let me tell
8-track tape, baby. That's the best.
you. Wait, are you saying like an 8-track, like
Cassette. tape thing.
the old school cassette?
Yes.
You're going to record right to that?
Yeah. Back to vintage, yo.
All right.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, if you're
I don't know what I'm
going
talking
that crappy, you might as well go cassette. Just like regular old cassette.
All right.
You get 4 tracks to record.
And
to
I'll do
on
it.
cassette.
I'll call it Back to the 80s.
Because 8-track.
How about I'll call it
like,
Back to the Future, because I'm looking out to the future as well.
Yeah.
Get it?
I guess so. But like like the precursor to cassette machines, right? Were they called 8 tracks?
Yeah.
They were called 8 tracks.
Yeah, they were just these big blocky things that you put in, and the actual magnetic tape was like out in the open.
Right.
Yeah, and so they didn't work all that great because
They weren't
they're easily
fantastic.
breakable.
They
They were what replaced vinyl because vinyl was apparently too expensive and too big and bulky, and you couldn't take it in your car. And then 8-track players came along, and then cassette players came along, and then CD players came along.
Slow down. Back up.
And then remember the iPod? Remember that? Remember the good times?
I don't. Hold on. Let me think about this here. You said an iPod. I have a faint memory of
Yeah,
that.
I don't remember what that is either.
Is it similar to the iPad? Anyway, yeah, I was going to say something really interesting about that. At first, I thought you were actually talking about 8 tracks on a tape machine, like a 1 inch or a 2 inch machine.
the actual 8-track.
I'm sorry.
I'm just being gimmicky.
All right.
So, did you know that TLC is still a group with just the two of them,
I didn't know that. Yes.
and that they started a Kickstarter campaign back 3 years ago now to finish their 5th album?
That I don't know why that feels sad, but it does feel a little sad.
It's weird, right? Well,
I mean, I feel like they should be able to call it Beyonce and say, "Hey, let's
no,
put this
TLC.
together."
Oh my gosh, not Destiny's
Not
Child.
Destiny's Child. Oh my gosh.
my gosh.
Sorry, TLC. Right, different band.
Right? Don't go chasing waterfalls and no scrubs. Remember that?
Okay. Slightly less sad. Sorry about that, folks.
Why? Yeah, I was gonna say why. No, it's sad because their bandmate died in a car wreck.
Ah, that's right. Okay.
And it's actually on video.
I-
Like you can watch it on her documentary. It's creepy.
Gotcha.
As can be, and I watched it.
I don't know anything
why.
about TLC now that I think about it. So
So yeah, don't go chasing waterfalls. You know that song. Everyone knows that song.
I do
right?
not know that song.
What?
Sorry, folks.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's not a surprise
Should I sing it to you?
that Art has a hole
Don't
in his
go
music knowledge when it comes to.
chasing waterfalls. Please
Yeah.
stick to the rivers and the lakes that
I've
you
literally never heard
used
that.
to. What?
Yeah, I've never heard
This
that
is
song.
blowing my mind.
So we'll
I
have to
don't
have
know
a TLC night.
if we should play it right now or what. I'm not sure what I should do. Anyway, so proof that band Kickstarter campaigns actually can work.
How much do they raise?
They aren't a complete failure. They don't tell you how much they raised, but they did. They raised enough to record and produce their album. It's done.
That's
and they're
great.
saying, "Hey, Kickstarter people, why don't you give us a name for the album?"
Oh, that's nice.
Right? So it's actually like
They're doing it. and
I've
they're
heard
gonna
so many
finish.
bad stories about Kickstarter projects and like bands failing to follow through. Like it's good to hear one,
Yeah, I mean,
especially like TLC, which is just the most random thing.
it is kind of random. I'm glad they're coming
So
back.
it was the bandmate Left Eye was the one who died,
Okay,
and so the band quit, but now they're back.
now they're back.
Okay,
stuff.
I'm gonna go play Waterfalls because apparently that
Yeah,
was
I
the
need to
big
go hear
hit.
that. I'm going to put that on my
Big hit.
Spotify.
I'm gonna guess 91,
91, huh?
maybe 1990 or 91.
Oh, my
Here,
goodness.
1 second. When
No. We're not doing this.
was
We're not Googling on the show.
Waterfalls released? See, look, it's a top Google search. Look at that.
It's not a top
1994. I was way off. Okay,
Yeah,
it was on their
3
album
years
Crazy
off.
Sexy Cool.
All
And then
right.
last thing, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band is being reissued for the 50th anniversary reissue, which just blows my mind.
That's crazy.
I still have an original vinyl of that hanging in my living room.
That's awesome.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That's because I am awesome.
Well, okay. Calm down there.
Let's taper that back
Yeah,
a little bit.
You're fine. You're just fine, Eric.
So anyway, the stereo mix, the album will be available as a deluxe edition, and it will include like previously unreleased takes of all 13 album tracks.
Are
And
they
so-
doing like a remaster of it, or is it going to be like the master? What is? It's not a remastering, is it? Just a re-release?
I didn't see anything about a remaster.
Okay.
No, it's just a re-release with new documentaries, and more songs and stuff. So the sad thing is, I've probably heard all of this already and seen all of the documentaries already.
Right. Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So they're giving you a bunch of like different takes and speech and stuff, and I've probably seen and heard it all.
Well, that's awesome. That's a great album.
But anyway, it was considered #1 most influential album of all time.
All right. Don't agree with that.
What? You're joking, right?
No. I'm not
Number 1
joking.
album of all time, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Number 2, Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys.
Pet Sounds? What? Are you kidding
The
me?
two most influential albums as far as like influencing actual artists. Oh my gosh! Like what? You're joking, right?
I am playing the
'Kay,
devil's
we're,
advocate.
We're
a
just
little bit
talking
here.
pop rock here.
Pop
Or,
rock.
we'll just talk like popular music. That
Hey,
genre.
If we're just talking pop rock, I definitely don't agree.
No. Okay, popular music,
Folks, I
not
gotta tell you,
classical, not
it is,
jazz.
It is so much fun to troll Eric
Oh
on,
my
on the
gosh!
show.
Like I'm
Live.
I'm losing it. I'm
All right.
seriously losing it.
Well, folks, thanks for tuning into the show. You'll catch us at talkingaboutnoise.com. My Twitter handle is @ArtMarStudios. Tweet me if you want to tweet.
I'm not sure that's how you say it these days.
Tweet Eric at @IamTheSwoop. Email us at talkingaboutnoise@gmail.com. And leave a comment down on the YouTube channel if you so desire. We're getting close. This is our 99th episode. Next week will be our 100th episode of the Talking About Noise show, including the secret missing episode. So we are very, very thankful for you, our listeners, who've supported us through this whole period of us talking about whatever the heck we want to, and you guys listening. So thank you. Share us with your friends. We're out.